Hi, you're with Mike Redding from teacherstraining.com.au. Just wanted to say thanks for dropping by the site and checking out our latest online programs that will help you motivate, manage, and engage your students. At Teachers Training, what we love to do is we love to help you motivate, manage, and engage your students, but we love to do it in a way that is enjoyed, not endured. You know, the teaching profession's not for the faint-hearted. As a teacher, it probably won't come as any surprise to you that a statistic that was released a couple of years ago tracking new teachers who graduated and joined the teaching profession, that on average the teacher lasted less than 5 years before changing careers. Now, there's also another statistic that says that if you can make it to 5 years as a teacher, there's something that just switches and you seem to become more natural in the classroom and you go on to become a career teacher. But the teaching profession is a hard one to be in. We all know that. Now, as a teacher and as a trainer, I guess I have the ability to be able to see what's happening in the classroom in the real time, but also to be able to bring some strategies that make a real difference in the classroom. It won't come surprise to any teachers that we have been asked to teach more with fewer resources. I don't know about your programs, but it seems like my programs are just chock-a-block full, and yet we're not having any more resources or time to be able to teach our way through it. We're also being asked to manage students who seem to be increasingly hard to motivate, and we're also being asked to engage students while using old techniques and old technology. So I guess it's no wonder that teachers are taking extended sick leave, that teachers are retiring early, or that teachers are changing career. So rather than talking about all the problems, we love to talk about the solutions. So what is the answer to some of our classroom problems? Well, the Grattan Institute released a report just a few weeks ago in mid-February, and their report was looking at the state of education mainly around Australia, but also the Western world. And amongst a range of suggestions that they had in this report, the authors stressed the need for two things that really stood out to us at Teachers Training. The first one was we needed an increased opportunity to be able to tap into some professional development that actually makes a real difference in the classroom. I don't know about you, but as a teacher, I've sat through way too many staff development days that were just pointless and irrelevant. And so at Teachers Training, we'd love to deliver relevant, practical ideas that make a real difference. The other thing that the Grattan Institute recommended in their report was that there was an increased need for teachers to be able to collaborate. And so at Teachers Training, we were encouraged by that because that's something that comes as part of our core values as an organisation. So you might be asking, why would I want to do some training with Teachers Training? Maybe you've used different organisations before and you're wondering, what is it about Teachers Training that would cause me to take up their training? So guess first and foremost, as a teacher, I've sat through way too many boring staff development days, and our whole motto is developing professional development and delivering it in a way that's enjoyed, not endured. The other reason that you might want to consider a teacher's training is a statistic that we're incredibly proud of. Out of the thousands of teachers that we've worked with face to face, when we've surveyed those teachers, 100% of them have said they would recommend this course to other teachers. Now, once again, being a teacher, I know how hard teachers rate other courses, and so for us to have 100% of the teaching staff that come through our courses to say that they would recommend this course to their other teachers in their school is something that we just love. We've also been rated as having being 4.5 out of 5 by an independent auditing body. Once again, just a statistic that we're incredibly proud of, that we just know how teachers rate teaching development afterwards, after a day, and so for us to get a rating of 4.5 out of 5 is fantastic. So we've trained in the last 18 months to 2 years. We've had contact with over 30,000 teachers from 157 countries. So we love getting out there and talking to teachers and seeing what's working on the coalface, so to speak. And out of all those teachers that we've worked with, all the ones that have been audited by this independent company, 91% of those teachers said that they went away, put into practice what they'd learnt during the training, and had made a real difference in their classroom. Once again, something that we're just incredibly proud of. So we've developed this online training for you, and I just want to quickly take a moment just to run through how the training works. What's going to happen is we're going to have 4 1.5 hour sessions, and we're going to run them on a Wednesday, Sydney time, and we're going to run them in 2 time zones so that we can maximise the amount of teachers from around different time zones that can attend the training. So we're going to run the training on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock Sydney time, and then also Wednesday evening at 7:30 Sydney time. There's a link on the website that allows you to easily convert our time, Sydney time, into your time wherever you are. But hopefully one of those 2 time zones will work for you. So as we do our 4 1.5 hour sessions, there'll just be 1 session per week each Wednesday. And what we're hoping is that what you'll do is you'll take the training and then you'll go back and you'll implement it in your classroom. And then after you've had a chance to implement it, to test it, to see what will work and what doesn't, then come back and you'll have the opportunity to discuss that with me, your trainer, and also other teachers that are on the training at the same time. So we plan that each week will build on the following week, and that you'll just be able to maximise your time and maximise your investment. So 4 1.5 hour sessions. We're going to start with the course How to Motivate, Manage and Engage Your Students. That will run for the 4 weeks, and then immediately after that course finishes, we'll be running a second course on a teacher's guide to using technology in the classroom. Now, this course is based on all the theories and the practical ideas that we have around engagement and motivation, and so we then go and apply that in the education sphere. So for the teachers who show up for the first training, what we want to do is we want to give you some bonuses. We love to reward those who are motivated and who like to be able to take action. So we would like to give you some bonuses as being part of the first cohort through. Now, the bonuses are this. The first bonus is that we're just going to release it to you at an introductory price of just $167. Now, we normally charge schools $279 per teacher, so this is a saving of $112. After the training, what we want to do is we want to provide an opportunity for teachers to continue to be able to collaborate. So as one of the bonuses, we're going to give you free membership for 6 months to an online community that we're going to build. We're hoping that over the 4 1.5 hour sessions, as we break out into different groups, that you'll have the opportunity to meet with other teachers and get to know them. But we're hoping that over that time that you'll be able to collaborate on resources. We're hoping that your students will end up collaborating, but that you'll be able to get together and work together in that online environment. So we want to provide you with the opportunity for that. We're just going to give that to you for free for 6 months, and then after 6 months we're just going to charge you $7, and we'll never charge you more than $7. We'll guarantee to cap that at $7 a month, just to cover some administration costs. Now obviously we'll be selling that to teachers at a much higher rate, but if you are part of the first cohort, that's one of the bonuses we want to give you. The other bonus we want to be able to give you is a free session with Lisa Maloney. Now, Lisa is an autism spectrum disorder expert. She is a full-time teacher who is teaching on autism students as well as mainstream students. But Lisa's also got a highly autistic daughter, so her training comes action-packed with examples from her own life as well as the life in the classroom. So we wanted to be able to give you those bonuses. Now, obviously we want you to maximize your results, and so the best way to get the most out of our training is to do both courses. We want you to be able to participate in the How to Motivate, Manage and Engage Your Students, but then we'd love you to take that training and then apply it to technology. Now, sometimes teachers, when they hear the word technology, it's almost like their eyes roll back in their head, and they say, well, why do I want to apply this to technology? Well, there's a couple of really good reasons. The first thing is that we need to understand that not all technology is engaging. We really need to learn, how do we discern what technology do we need to use in our classrooms? I don't know about your school, but I see so many schools that just chase the latest technology without thinking through how is this actually going to make a difference to educational outcomes. And so it seems like we jump from tool to tool, never really learning how to use it, and we kind of get frustrated in the process. So we need to learn how to discern what technology we're going to use with our students. The other reason is that technology actually magnifies what's happening in your classroom. Now, this can be both for good and bad. There was an educational district in America that spent $33 million on rolling out the latest technology. Now, obviously, their thinking was that if they spent all this money on technology, the students would be engaged and their class marks would go up. What happened after they spent their 33 million is they retested their students, and their test marks actually plummeted, not increased. Now, that would be disheartening to anybody. But what the research shows is that technology will magnify what's happening in your classroom. So if you're a great teacher, then if you get the right technology and you use it in the right way, then you'll get even better results. But if you're a teacher who struggles, then you just look to technology as being your silver bullet, then things can actually get worse for you. So we want to talk you through that and train you in that as well. The other reason why you want to check this out is because all the resources that we share with you are completely free to teachers and they're very easy to use. One of our aims when we teach our technology course is to have 100% take up of teaching staff using the resources and the tools that we give them. Now, as a teacher, once again, I know that technology experts come in, they do training for a day in our schools, and we might be lucky to get 15 to 20% of the teachers to actually pick up and use the tool. So we've chosen tools that are easy to use, that can be used right through the different age groups, that the students use, that time and time again are proven to be engaging with helping the students learn, and they do improve educational outcomes. So we want to do 4 weeks on that. We want to get your students collaborating real time. We're going to show you how do you create self-grading tests and self-marking assessments or homework tasks. We want to show you how to do a Google search. Most teachers wouldn't have a clue how to do a Google search. For instance, did you know that you can filter out the results based on the reading level of your students? Just by one click of a mouse, you can filter it out and make your search results age appropriate. So for those of you who decide to do both courses together, so you're going to do the How to Motivate, Manage and Engage Your Students and also the Teacher's Guide to Using Technology in the Classroom, then we want to give you some extra bonuses as well. The first bonus is that we're going to do both courses for an introductory price of just $323. Now we normally charge individual teachers $500 to do the 2-day training. Normally teachers come to us. On the first day they do their how to motivate, manage and engage their students. On the second day we do technology and we charge $500 for that normally, but for the online training it's just $323, which is a saving $177, which is fantastic. That's not including obviously the cost savings on casual staff because this will be done outside of hours. We also want to give you a copy of the PDF and the DVD guide to how do you conduct a Google search. So we've talked about some of the things that you can do with Google. This is a step-by-step approach, really easy to understand, and we want to give you that. We also want to give you a copy of MP3. It's a recording of a keynote presentation I did at a fairly large staff development day with several hundred teachers in the room, and we talked about strategies to bounce back from a bad day. Now every teacher has bad days, but it's how we bounce back from them that makes a difference. So I'd love it if you would go ahead right now and register. Once again, you can do either course for just $167, or you can do both courses for $323. After you click the register button, what will happen is that you'll be taken to a new page where you can either download a form and take that to your school for approval, and we'll send the school an invoice, or you can pay by credit card immediately or by PayPal. But all the instructions will be there. Really hope I get to see you on the course. Really looking forward to meeting with you and being able to collaborate with you as well. Have an awesome week.